What's up, nerds? My name is Paul, and I'm back. The last episode I made was, in my opinion, a masterpiece. If you haven't seen it, that's the episode I did on the old-fashioned, the permutations of the old-fashioned, or the variations. Yeah, that one in a lot of ways was a masterpiece, and it just depleted me. I just couldn't, like, after that, all the episodes I made, they just weren't funny enough. I don't know, it just drained me. So hopefully this one makes it out. I'm pretty sure it will, because I'll probably just edit and release it, whether it's good or not. I thought I should finally get to a drink that I don't know how popular it actually is, but is a mainstay of being a functioning alcoholic, and that is the Bloody Mary. There are a lot of different disputed origins for this drink. I want to believe that this drink was invented in America just because the ingredients are just so American. You know, it's Tabasco sauce, and not that it couldn't have been invented outside of America. I mean, I'm sure they exported Tabasco sauce, but it just feels correct. One origin I've heard is that it was invented for Ernest Hemingway, in that his wife wanted him to stop drinking, and so he was just drinking vodka and tomato juice because the vodka was clean, so she couldn't smell it on his breath, and then, you know, you spice it up. I don't believe that, in that, you know, I've had like maybe 5 or 6 Bloody Marys at this point. They're not all that alcoholic. I mean, alcohol by volume is not very high. I'm quite positive that this was invented for the use that we use it for now, which is you went out drinking last night, you woke up and you need a little hair of the dog to like keep you functioning. That's what happened to me last night. I went out drinking. Now I was a little hungover, and then I started drinking these, and now I feel better. So I'm almost positive, just from what I know about the drink and being an alcoholic, I'm almost positive that this was invented much like the wake up juice in Back to the Future Part 3, which is a good movie, where people are just putting a whole bunch of shit together to make somebody, to make an alcoholic wake back up, or, you know, get him up on his feet. Because it has tomato juice, which is, I think, is pretty nutritious. So let's look at it. This isn't gonna fucking tell me anything. That's pretty good. But I can imagine was thought to be a lot more nutritious than it actually is. Yeah, let's just go into what you're gonna need to make this. You're gonna need vodka. My cool vodka bottle, which you can't even read anymore. I have to rewrite vodka on this thing. We got tomato juice. I used Campbell's tomato juice, which I think is from concentrate, because that's all my local grocery store had, because I don't think people are drinking a bunch of tomato juice out here. I think it's all from concentrate. I'm sure you could just make tomato juice. I'm sure it's just juice in a tomato. Who knows? I'll Google it. You're an adult. You're gonna need lemon juice. You're gonna need Worcestershire sauce. You're gonna need celery salt. The recipe that's from the 1960s that I have asks for catsup. I'm gonna use ketchup because my grocery store does not sell catsup, although they're the same thing. I don't know where the fuck I left off on the ingredients. I think that was all of them. We'll about to find out, because I'm gonna make you one. I did this one in a old-fashioned glass because I'm classy. If you're gonna put a celery stalk in it, which I'm not going to do, you can do it, then I would put it in a tall glass, like the Collins glasses I usually do. In fact, that's what I'm gonna do. So like a tall glass like this, or you can put a celery stick in it, and it'll, I don't know. I don't particularly need the celery stick. And also, I mean, this is the ingredients for this version of it. I mean, this is kind of a kitchen sink recipe. So this is the basic version of it, and then I'd really love it if you would go and kind of experiment and make it your own. You can replace the celery salt with, I mean, you can do like a more like southern version of this, where you replace the ketchup with barbecue sauce, and you can replace the celery salt with like a barbecue rub, and I've heard that's very good. Yeah, I think a friend of mine had ripped off a chef, like the chef's version of it, where he was doing, I don't know who the chef was, but he was doing, you know, jalapeno vodka, barbecue sauce, and dry rub, which sounds pretty good. I mean, this guy is good and spicy, and you're not tasting any of the alcohol that's in it, which means that you could probably double the alcohol in it. I mean, you're not gonna go out and drink a Bloody Mary unless you're weird. I mean, this is a nice morning drink, much like a mimosa, but you could double up the vodka in it and you'd be fine. Let's start making it. You need a shaker full of ice. This is like melted down because I made a couple of them. So yeah, shaker full of ice. We're gonna do 1.5 ounces of vodka, and we're gonna do 3 ounces of tomato juice, or tomato juice. You say tomato when I kill your brother. Tomato, your brother's dead. Let's call the whole thing off. And so yeah, I'm just doing 1.5 ounces twice, because that's how you do that. Mathematics. Then 1/2 ounce of lemon juice. And then, yeah, teaspoon of catsup, or ketchup. Ketchup? Catsup. Ketchup? Catsup. Oh, I was talking to the Ketchups again. It's a Simpsons reference. If you didn't already know that, kill yourself. That show's been on TV, I think, maybe a month longer than I've been alive. So literally at every point in my life, The Simpsons has been on TV. It's weird. What am I gonna do without it? Dash of Worcestershire sauce. You know, these dashes I'm about to do, you can be a lot more liberal than, I mean, it says a dash in my recipe and the recipe I'm gonna put up, but you can be a little more liberal with the flavors. In fact, what you're gonna wanna do, especially because you're doing dashes of these flavors, just to make this thing your own, just do it in the back of your hand. Look it up so you know like what that flavor is and what you're working with, so you know what flavor you want more of to put in the drink. So I do 3 shakes of that just because I like Worcestershire sauce. And the tomato juice is pretty mute, so I'm gonna do 2 shakes of the celery salt. And I also like it spicy, so I'm gonna do Tabasco sauce. I've tried doing it with sriracha because I love sriracha on everything. But in this, because it's so liquidy and because the sriracha is so dense, it's one of the few times where the heat of sriracha just doesn't work. I mean, unless I add more to it, but like instead of putting ketchup, I put sriracha in, like a teaspoon of sriracha, and I can't taste any. I mean, yeah, I really can't taste it at all. Unless it like settled at the bottom, which probably didn't happen. No, so I had to put Tabasco sauce in it. Tabasco's fine. I'm gonna do like 3 shakes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I lied. And that's it. Then you shake it up. Some people will have you roll it back and forth. Shaking's fine, it's vodka, who cares? If you're doing this with gin, I can understand like rolling it back and forth or hand stirring it. And then you can put garnish in here, celery or like a lemon peel or a lemon wedge, sorry. Or you could probably do like a lemon round as well, doesn't matter. You're not gonna put ice in the glass, you're putting it in a tall glass because it kind of looks cool. It's not really doing anything. That's good. It's a little spicy, I probably could have put more Tabasco sauce in it. Like I said, the tomato juice really mutes out a lot of those flavors. Although, you know, I'm ethnic, I like to think spicy. Oh, there's the kick. There's the kick of the Tabasco. Yeah, so I like that. So there are other variations you can do. Let you start off with this one and then play around with it. Yeah, barbecue sauce sounds like a pretty good idea. Yeah, that's it. Usually I get drunk and reference a TV show. I wanted to talk about the show Gargoyles, but I already finished the drink, so you don't get to hear about Gargoyles, which is the best show. Maybe I'll talk about it in my next episode, which should be gin and tonics. I'm working on that one. Comment on other episodes you want me to do, because I would really love to do that. I mean, my masterpiece, the variations on the old fashioned, was submitted by my friend Jesse. Get in contact with me on my Instagram, or you follow the Minimalist Mixer on Instagram or on Twitter. If you need that spelt, it's the name of my show, so it's spelt there for you already. You're smart. I can't do this work for you. Yeah, I love you guys to death. Bye.